What is up, everybody? Welcome to all the beautiful people watching this right now. Third episode of On the Moon podcast. I hope you guys enjoy the new layout. Last week, we left off on toxic relationship coming into my early 20s. Or actually, like right when I turned 20, like 2021. I'm 25, so mid 20s now. So after that, after the relationship, it was 2022. 2022 was going good. It wasn't going good at all. Actually, I was depressed, extremely depressed. I was going through it terribly bad. And what I did to get over that was I started hanging out with my family more. My two cousins and my sister. Shout out Nate, shout out Feej, and shout out Renee, motherfucking homies. So we started hanging out more. And because I was like shutting myself away from everybody, like when I was in my relationship, it was like really bad. Like if you have a relationship, oh, I almost forgot. Let me finish my sentence. If you have a relationship that is taking you away from the people that you were close with before that, like really, because I did that and it was like terrible. Like I missed out on so much shit because I was dealing with a fucking crazy bitch. Like really, fuck a crazy bitch. I got a new one. Look at this. Her name's Puffco. Thank you guys for joining me. We're going to be talking a little bit about 2022 and 2023. I think it might get long once we get to 2023 because there's a lot of shit going on. All right, cheers. From January to June, it was going good in terms of healing. I was healing. How I was healing, obviously, meditate. Do the meditate thing. Eating healthy. I was not really going to like fast food and just like I was putting, healthy food inside my system. I wasn't really in the dating scene, but I was like casually dating. I made it clear. Let's talk about that. If you are casually dating and you know you're casually dating and you really don't really want anything long term, you gotta be open and upfront about that. I'm just saying, because if you get that girl attached and she really doesn't know that fact, it's gonna get rocky. I mean, unless you're like the person to like, I said girl, it could be girl or guy. I'm just saying in my position or whatever. Yeah, your significant person should know that if it's gonna be not a long term thing that you're into, you gotta let them know, man. Because I've been in some things where I didn't tell the girl and I was just playing the game. It got pretty rocky. It got rocky. And I don't like dealing with rocky relationships after the rocky relationship I just had. 2022, I was hanging out with my family also to heal in that process after the breakup. Shout out to my two cousins, Feej and Nate, and then my sister Renee, my little sister. I love her. We were going out to eat. We'd have like a beer or two. And then June came around. June was a fucking crazy, crazy month. A literal roller coaster. Everything that I had worked towards in terms of healing came to an end when June came around because my ex called me back. She called me back. We did a whole thing again. We tried it again or whatever, and it was like the worst idea ever. It was just toxic fighting. There was this one time we were on the way to Kaiser because she had an appointment. I had my phone out for some reason, and I don't know what she thought I was doing on my phone. I don't know. I think she thought I was like taking a video of her or some shit like that. And like we were arguing already, and I took my phone out, and she literally slapped like my phone out of my hand. And in the process though, because she was driving, and she slapped me too, and I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" Like that was completely traumatizing. Like I don't fuck with all that shit, bro. And to literally, this is gonna. I was so fucked up. Like I wanted her back, but then I wanted to be alone too. I was like so fucked up in the head, bro. Like we still went to the hospital. Like I should have like just went home. Like it was so crazy, bro. Like that just whole day was like crazy. And then I don't know, probably like a week after that, it probably ended again. Terribly. Argument, blocked, all that shit. And this happened June of 2022. And mind you, I was doing the paint and sips. If you guys remember my paint and sips, I was doing those all while dealing with this like relationship shit. This is what I was doing in July. I pop up some shit like the clothes I was dropping. Like I was legitimately like working and like trying to do things while like I couldn't even focus. Like my head was just so fucked. Like and again, like it happened again. Like after the relationship, I was like the most depressed I've ever been. And that was in the end of 2021. I started healing in 2022. June came around. She came back around. It sent me back to like negative 100, like worse than zero. So now I'm like trying to build myself, pretty much build my brand too, because in the times that we were broken up, I was building my brand, obviously like working on myself, you know what I mean? And like it went good. It went great actually, you know what I mean? Shout out to Feej. Shout out to everybody that supported us during that time. Yeah, it was going great, and then fuck, bro, that shit fucked me up again. So I don't even do the paint and sips anymore, and I'm not really saying that's the reason why, but it probably does have a part in it. Yeah, I don't know. I was just I stopped doing the paint and sips. The I was getting back into like doing the bullshit, like partying and shit, bro. Like again, like it was getting pretty bad. And 2023 came around. Oh, we didn't do the favorite albums. Look what I could do, guys. We could we can we can do this now. Shit looks dope. All right. For 2022, what I was listening to in all that time was definitely Her Loss, the Future album, I Never Liked You. Oh, and Heroes and Villains. Damn, I didn't even know that came out in 2022. I might have listened to that like the year after. I don't really think I hopped on that early. About DS Forever. Is Gunna a snitch? Leave yes or no in the comments if Gunna's a snitch. I don't know. I don't know. I'm asking you guys. Anyways, 2023 came around and I was still doing the clothes, still doing like I was instead of doing the paint and sips, I was doing the parties. And shout out to Cedar, R.I.P. to Cedar, man. They closed Cedar down. R.I.P. to Donkeys Bar and Grill also closed down. We used to fucking throw parties there, paint and sips there, and like they're unfortunately now out of business because yeah, I'm not really sure why. And it's not our fault. Definitely not my fault. There was this one time at Donkeys, we did a puff and paint instead of a paint and sip. And yeah, I was gonna give out 100 blunts, 100 joints. We had it all rolled, hand rolled. Yeah, we promoted it a little bit too much, and the cops ended up calling the owner and saying, "If you do this puff and paint, we're going to close your bar down permanently." And I probably would have went to jail or something like that. So we didn't do that. We just canceled that whole event. Or actually, we didn't cancel it. People still showed up, obviously. So we just didn't smoke. That's all it was. They didn't want us to smoke or give out any weed. So yeah, we didn't do any of that. 2023, I was working on myself, but at the same time, I was falling into this stupid little hole called clubbing. If you're watching this and you club, please don't take any offense from anything that I'm about to say. I don't care if you club. This is my experience with clubbing. I met a lot of great people from clubbing. That's why I'm saying this. So if you're watching, what's up? And shout out to the Vault nightclub. We'll get into that later. All right. Anyways, 2023, I just got into like not really the wrong crowd, but I don't know. I just didn't want to be home. I didn't want to be home. I was going through it bad after the breakup. And it was just messy. Just like my life was really messy at the time. Yeah, I started going to the club with my cousin, and I was like, I called him up. I was like, bro, like I need to like get out the house. Like I need to do something that like it does not involve like staying in one place. Like I want to go and like be around people, you know. And that's what we did. For me, it eventually got pretty much. It was just like a fucking like a trap, really. Spending all my money on alcohol. It was like terrible, like the worst. Like I hated the feeling of like waking up in the morning and like, bro, like you spend so much money on like drinks and then you have a hangover the next morning or like for almost 2 days sometimes, depending on how hard you go. It's like, fuck. It's like me personally, I got like stuck in that hole for the whole year of 2023. I tried to stop so many times. Like I did. I was like, bro, like I don't want to go out anymore. Like, fuck. But everybody that I was cool with, that's what they did. Because like I built those relationships, you know what I mean? And that's nothing against them. It's just that's what they did and that's what they like to do. And I think it was cool like once in a while for me, you know. It did definitely like get me out of my shell more. You know, I was talking to people when I didn't really want to talk to people. There was a lot of times I was there and I didn't want to be there. Like genuinely, like, and that's not a good feeling. Like that makes me feel like shit. Like thinking back at it, you know what I mean? Like, damn, like I could have definitely been doing like better things with my time. Like it was bad. Like it was bad. Yeah, and not all the people were good people, you know. Like, hey, like a lot of the people, like, because of just like just not good people. Yeah, 2023, I just got lost in that. I was still growing my brand. Going into like early 2024, I was like I was getting out of it. All right, 2023 was just a whole lot of fucking bullshit, partying, blah blah blah. Getting over my ex. I used clubbing to try to get over my last relationship, and that's like probably the worst thing you could do. I was stupid, and I'm probably still stupid, but I'm trying to be better. So, hey, thank you for tuning in. Going into 2024, I was trying to get more into nature. I grew up going to lakes and rivers. Never really liked the beach. I mean, I went to the beach when I was young, but my dad took us a lot to lakes and rivers. That made me like really outdoorsy. Yeah, I always had like something ready for like the outdoors as a kid, but it was just like a random like plastic bag full of like random sticks or like shit that I could supposedly start a fire with, but I would never start a fire with any of that shit. We would go fishing, we would go camping. There was really no like we didn't grow up super rich, you know what I mean, on my dad's side. So there was like not that many jet skis. We did have a cool couple boat experiences with my other families, like my other like uncles and stuff like that. But yeah, it made me really outdoorsy. Like I swear to God, I love the outdoors. I love van life. I think living in a van would be cool, but specifically probably like a bus, like a school bus. You know what I mean? I think a school bus would be cool. I would need like a shower for sure, and then for Wi-Fi you can get like Starlink. I've really looked into this, and I think it would be a cool experience. So I don't know. We might try it out one day. But yeah, I love fishing. I would love to go fishing. I didn't really get to go this much this summer, but that I think all the places that my dad took me to when I was younger, like fishing and to the river, lakes, and all that stuff, I think definitely did inspire my travel bug lifestyle that I have now. Like I just want to go see shit. I want to go see water, nature, trees. Like I will literally like go hug a tree. Like I don't care. While my parents were working, I was like at my grandparents most of the time, and my grandparents like love traveling too on my mom's side and my dad's side both. They took me everywhere. Like I was with my grandparents a lot because my family, or my parents worked a lot, so I was with my grandparents most of the time when I was like growing up. That probably affected me too in some type of way. We probably didn't have like as strong of a relationship as a lot of kids probably do when they do grow up, but I don't know. I don't know. I truly can't even really remember the percentage. I couldn't even tell you, but I do remember it was a lot. Like I was with my grandparents a lot. They definitely inspired my travel bug as well. They took me everywhere. I went to Canada when I was like around 12. That was like my first time in an airplane actually. I got my passport for the first time just for that. And we went to go visit some family and we stayed there and it was cool. They took us like all over Canada. I was pretty small, so I don't remember too much of Canada. I do remember it being like wet and cold. I'm not sure like what times we went there, but the coolest part is we went to Niagara Falls and we rode the Maiden of the Mist, I believe it's called. And this is a huge ship kinda. I mean, it's not that huge, but it's like a boat, like a pretty big boat. They give us ponchos and we literally are next to the fucking Niagara Falls, and I didn't know this was gonna happen. We rode into the Niagara Falls, bro, in this boat, and he turns the engine off, the captain, and he's saying, "Well, I'm turning the engine off, and the power of the waves are gonna push us back." And that's literally what happened. It was the craziest shit ever. Like I didn't even know that was possible. He was getting like we were literally like in like the falls. It was crazy. It was crazy. But yeah. And then from there, right after the falls, I think it's called the Buffalo Bridge. I'm not really sure. I haven't researched it recently. It's been a long time. That goes straight into New York, I believe. I am loaded, bro. But yeah, we went into New York and I was 12 and that was sick. I remember New York like not super vividly, but way more than Canada. Like I remember Times Square. Like I remember being under the bridges. Like I'm not sure what bridge it was, but it was like dirty and like I loved it. I loved New York. I was obsessed with New York after that. Like literally obsessed with New York. New York movies. Let's talk about New York movies. My favorite New York movies: Taxi Driver. Robert De Niro obviously is like one of the best movies. One of my favorite movies. What else? Leon the Professional is one of the best movies as well. Panic in Needle Park, Al Pacino. Fuck, man. There's just so many great New York movies. Like every mob movie that takes place in New York, I feel like there's like a couple that I'm missing. Elf. Elf is a great New York movie. Yeah, I was just obsessed with New York. I always wanted to move to New York, like one of those like lofts. I always thought that would be cool. Let's keep on that travel book thing. So my grandparents took me to Canada and New York when I was 12, and then we would always go to like to the Bay Area road trips and stuff like that. I went to Arizona the Grand Canyon when I was like around probably the same age, like maybe 15 or something like that. Vegas. Let's talk about Las Vegas. I went to Vegas probably 10 times maybe now at this point, and I probably went half of those, probably most of those times before I was 21. There was this thing called the Rugby Sevens. Go Fiji, if you know about it, you know. My family, we all used to go there. If I can find a picture, I'll post it up right here. It's gonna be a little difficult, but I'll try. It used to be like so many nations, like Fiji, Japan, Tonga, USA, France, Argentina, Spain, Portugal. There was a qualifying matches, I believe, before. Like I don't know too much about rugby, but we would go to these games, and there was just like the most lit shit ever. Like I've been to 4 football games, probably like 2, 3 basketball games already before that, but nothing compares. Nothing compares to a rugby game, a rugby sevens game, at least in Vegas. They don't do it in Vegas anymore. I wish they still did. That shit pisses me off, man. I think they do it in LA or San Diego, which is cool, but Vegas is just so lit. Like everybody, like it was just a melting pot of people. Like it was amazing. It was amazing. Where else did I go when I was younger? It was mostly like a lot of road trips. I actually went to Canada 2 times when I was younger than 12. I think I went to Vancouver for a wedding. We drove there from California to Vancouver. That was a crazy drive. Dope road trip. Yeah, when my family came from America, I would look, I have like they have the photo albums, and I would look through them. They would travel a lot too. They would go to like Disneyland back then, and like road trips, mainly road trips. My family really got me into that like travel shit. Like I just wanted to see the world. As far as I go, as myself as a brand, I guess you could call me Sanjay Sharms BDG like a travel brand himself, because I love food and I love exploring. That's like my 2 things. And then the third one is like making cool shit. That's really all I want to do, you know what I mean? And video games are cool too, but then like it's just really like video games are more of like a thing I think I do to like keep me in, you know what I mean? It obviously like saves me money. Like I want to have something to do that I don't have to like go out all the time to like have fun and like spend money on. Like I could, be on with the boys, and it's like it's fun for me. And I genuinely love video games, and I have a passion for video games, And I always wanted to make content on it, but I was always scared. Let's talk about that a little bit. Fear, you got to eliminate fear. I was always scared to even make like a podcast. I always wanted to make it with other people, and that was like my downfall, because I would always wait on other people, and it just you can't do that, because no one will ever have the same passion or drive as you for the things that you love. Like I mean, they will, but like not everybody, and you really got to find those people, and then that's how you make a team. And I thought these people did, and I'm not saying they're bad people. It's just like I have the things that I love to do, and like they're cool. People might think they're cool, and like they'll be like, oh yeah, like that would be cool to do, but it's not. I have like a real fire inside me, so it's like it's different. Like it's different for me. Like I literally love doing this shit. Like I've been wanting to make a podcast for years, like 4 years already. Like I was always waiting on other people. But then it's not their fault, it's my fault. Always take accountability. That's something that I want to preach. If you blame other things besides yourself for things that go on in your own life, you're never going to figure shit out. It's always just going to be someone else's fault, and you're just going to live a miserable life. Just to try to think like that. Don't put yourself down. Then some things are obviously out of your control, but really, like if things are fucking up for you, try to take accountability. Like what can you do better, and how can you avoid this from happening? That's it. It's really so simple. I like to say sometimes life is hard, but the solutions are simple. Take that how you will. It's up for interpretation. Yeah, more things I have written down here. What projects I'm working on. Obviously On the Moon. Obviously the gaming channel. But I have merch coming soon. This is another shirt. These are super limited. I do want to talk about that. These shorts, I literally bought every color in every size that I could. Besides the black ones, they only have like double XL left. So I bought as much as I could. And now they don't even sell these anymore on the fucking website that I get it from. So what the fuck? That's just crazy. Just crazy. If you guys want the sauce, I will be dropping free downloadable PDFs or whatever. You could download it as whatever you want, but it will have like my manufacturer's list, a couple print shops you can go to, local, and shipping. Help you guys out. You guys can make your own hats and shit like that, your own merch. Go get that printed. I am definitely on the moon, but I mean, I prefer dabs, rosin dabs. They taste the best of any consumption method. I think it does cost a little bit more, but I mean, pretty things cost a pretty penny, man. I like pretty things. I'm not into jewelry though. I'm not into jewelry or like gambling. Jewelry and gambling are things that I will never spend my money on. So if you are wondering what me, BDG, will spend the money that his supporters give to him from buying merch is more merch. I want to make sure you guys are laced up in cool, comfortable clothes that are just, big drippy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to my cousin for giving me this hat. Let's talk about this hat. This hat had gotten us kicked out of places because, all right, so my cousin was wearing this hat in the club one time, and this dude came up to us and asked him to give him his hat. Asked my cousin to give him his hat. And I was like, what the fuck? And he already had a hat on too, the dude that was asking him. Yeah, he said, if you don't give me your hat, you're gonna have to get out. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this dude is crazy. Like, there's no way. And he didn't look like an intimidating dude or anything like that. Yeah, we eventually got into an argument. We pressed him, but we got kicked out. We got kicked out of the club over this hat. Crazy. It's crazy. They literally pushed my cousin out. Well, he got kicked out. I didn't get kicked out, but I didn't stay, obviously. So yeah, we got kicked out, and we seen this dude again a couple weeks after. And this is all 2023 in the whole clubbing era of mine. Yeah, we pressed the issue. Well, I pressed the issue. I'm like that friend, you know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta keep him chill. You're like, fuck, bro, this guy, he might act fucking like an idiot. I was acting like an idiot. We seen him, and yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. I kind of, got in his face, blah, blah, blah. And he was wearing a hat, and I knocked his hat off his head. Don't resort to violence. If you're watching this, I'm telling you my stories, not what you should do. But then I will tell you what you should do, because sometimes it's the opposite of what I did, which is bad. So take it how you will. Be a good person, and don't fight. Don't fight. Don't whatever. Just stay out of the bullshit, bro. Focus. Lock the fuck in. Yeah, that happened. I pressed the fuck out of him. He had a blunt in his hand, and I also knocked it out of his hand. And he was standing over a railing. If you're familiar with Spotlight, the railing right there, I literally hopped over the railing and was like in his face, and he didn't do shit. Over a hat. This hat right here. This hat. I'm literally wearing the hat. It started a crazy beef, a whole beef, really. And I think there was probably another time there was a little. Oh, yep. There was my cousin's birthday. This was before the time I just said right now. This was still 2023. After the first time that he pressed us for this hat, and then we seen him again, and he was we had a huge section for my cousin's birthday, and he came in the section, and me being that friend, I did that thing that I do. Yeah, but I didn't get kicked out. We eventually got him out of the little section. But yeah, don't resort to violence. Don't resort to violence. I've made very stupid decisions in my life based off of violence and anger. So don't do that. Don't do that. Meditation is really the thing that helps me, at least. Oh, and are you kidding me? Obviously, my girlfriend. I love this woman. She keeps me sane. And water. Oh shit, that looks tight. Imagine doing a podcast like this. That'd be crazy. I want to show you guys some beneficiary shit. I don't know if that's the word, but it's beneficial. It's Mullein. You can't see. I'll pop a picture or whatever. But you pretty much just put drops in your water, and it helps you clear out your lungs, pretty much, the mucus and just any other toxins probably. But I mainly get it for mucus. Yeah, I dab a lot. So I put this in my water, trying to be a better man every day. That's the plan. That's the motion that we're on. And I think me putting this on the internet, me saying oh, I'm trying to be a better man every day, it actually holds you accountable. It's a little bit of people see it. Not a lot of people for my case, but hopefully soon. But people see it, and they hear it, and then in my head I'm like, okay, people who do support me, I can't let them down. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm gonna drink this. That's what it looks like. Looks like piss water, but it's not, I swear to God. It's a fun little podcast. A little random. I don't even know what the fuck we've been talking about, but we're here, and I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun. I'm gonna go for an hour. Let's do an hour. Cheers to an hour. At first, I really didn't have things to talk about, I feel like. I mean, I did, but it was just I don't know. I don't know what it was. But now, we got a couple ideas. The idea I have right now, Despicable Me. I recently just got into the Minionverse or the Megaverse, whatever. I think it's the Mega Minionverse. I don't know. I am obsessed with animated movies. I love Pixar. Pixar is like, the first animated like series that I like fell in love with. And I watched a documentary on Disney Plus. I'm not sure what it's called. I'll try to pop it up here. That changed my life. That really like got me more into like art in terms of like creating illustrations, really. I learned Adobe Illustrator. I'm learning After Effects. Like I'm just trying to get into animation, but I want to get so animation. Let's talk about animation. I watched that documentary and it changed my life. I made a bid to myself, like a fucking promise to myself, like I'm gonna learn Photoshop. I did that like within a year, and then I had a plan to do Adobe Illustrator after that, and then Premiere after that. I did that. So now we're slowly moving into After Effects, which is more animation based. I'm really excited. It's been like 2 years since I made this promise to myself. So yeah, I'm super excited. You can follow my art page at Alucard's Lair. Alucard is a name that I gave myself. It's Dracula backwards, if you guys are unfamiliar with the lore of Alucard Helsing. It's an anime. It's an anime. It's called Helsing, and that's the main character, Alucard Helsing. And he pretty much fights other vampires that are bad. He's a vampire. He fights other vampires that are bad. And I came across this in a time in my life when I was like fighting demons mentally. So that's where I got the name from. I am like pretty much consumed in all this darkness and like this like anger, you know what I mean? And like rage from like all the trauma, but I'm using it for good, which is fighting off the bad. Does that kind of make sense? Because that's what he did and I like resonated with that. But I felt that before I saw the show. That's why I like took the name, if that makes sense. Also, like I love staying up late. I love the night more. And how I was introduced to the Disney movies, obviously, from my parents, right? Toy Story was the first one that I ever seen. My favorite animated movie, Pixar. I'm gonna say Pixar because that's like the animation I'm really talking about. Like it's like 3D animation. My favorite Pixar movie, it probably is Monsters Inc. because that's the only one I remember seeing in theaters, and it also had the blue cassette tape, so memorable. Also, do you remember the Rugrats movie cassette tape? It's orange. You guys remember that? Please leave a like. Back to Despicable Me. I watched all of them. I literally watched all of them. Oh, this is how I got into it. I got a $5 movie ticket from T-Mobile Tuesdays, and I decided to go watch Despicable Me, and that was it was so good. I did it for a week after I seen the ticket, right? So in that time I watched all of them, and yeah, but I'm pretty much all caught up now, and I'm like obsessed. I love Despicable Me. It's so cool. And if you guys didn't know, I don't think a lot of people know this. If you go to the Despicable Me website, Despicable Me 4 website, they planned the next Minion movies for the next 100 years, and I'm not lying. I will try to put it right here. They literally have planned the next 100 Minion movies, or not 100 Minion movies. I think Minion movies for the next 100 years. I don't know how many movies, but if you scroll down, you can go look at them. They have the name from the title. It's crazy. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but I hope they do, and I hope to live to see all of them. That would be crazy. I don't think I will though. 125, 100 years from now is crazy. I mean, you know what I mean. Elon, if you got some, let me know, brother. Oh, and then Shrek 5 is announced for July 2026. Now, I don't have it here. It's in another room, but I have Shrek merch, and if you anyone that knows me and loves me knows that I am a fucking Shrek addict. I love Shrek. Shrek is like everything. If anything, I am Shrek. I love Shrek, bro, and I'm so fucking excited for this. 2 months ago, I rewatched all the Shreks because they started putting them on Netflix. So clearly, they had a little. They knew. They prepared us all. I'm excited for that. My favorite Shrek movie is Shrek 2. It's just the best movie, and it also has the best video game. Shrek 2 is one of the best video games of all time. Of all time. Of all time. Now, I don't have a lot of kids watching it. There's literally 20 people, 20 of my followers watching this, but something that I think is awesome and something that I want to spread knowledge about. Video games aren't bad. They can be bad, and they can get addicting, and they can take a lot of your time and all that. Too much of anything is a bad thing, obviously. I'm drinking water to keep me alive, but one of my biggest fears is drowning. Too much of one thing is a bad thing. I think video games are cool because it really does keep kids off the streets and just like inside, And obviously, kids, you don't want your kids to be locked in on a screen 24/7. I feel like I got a great balance. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was into like nature and rivers, lakes, and just being outside, like just an outdoorsman. But I love video games too. Like I literally love video games. I love them equally. Maybe the outdoors a little bit more, but I mean, I can enjoy both and just have a great time. You know what I mean? And video games could be beneficial for kids that grow up in a rough neighborhood, and if they go outside and meet the kids in their neighborhood, they could probably get into some trouble. It's video games I feel like can aid and help that issue because you don't want your kids to feel like they can't go outside and not make friends. I don't have any kids, but I'm just saying that's my take on video games. Video games that we're playing right now, Warzone. Go follow my gaming channel, NLG Carries. I've been dabbling in a little bit of League of Legends again. I played that for a long time. That's probably my most hours played game. I couldn't even tell you. I just 10 years of hours, literally. I haven't played that in like years, but we're getting back into it because we started the gaming channel and I want content for a wide range of people. And I want it to be entertaining. I feel like I am an entertainer. I've thrown parties. People have had fun at things that I have put together. As you can see, I love music. I love DJing. So I'm trying to take the entertainment thing into a different medium. I'm gonna have fun with this one, definitely. Like I've always wanted to make videos about video games because I really get into video games. Like I look at the macros, I look at the patch notes, I look at like how to get better. Like I'm, what I mean, I really get locked in. So if I could just give out tips that people can just take quickly and make their gameplay better and have a better time, so be it. I'm also looking at Sons of the Forest. If anybody watching this plays that game on PC, please let me know. Please let me know. I need a squad for Sons of the Forest. We're doing motherfucking big things, man. Shout out to fucking Nun Lifestyle. The merch is coming soon. It's going to be dropping in August. We're dropping next month, probably the second week of August, sometime between the 5th and the 11th. That is the announcement. That is it right there. We got shorts. We got shirts. We got more shirts. Rich Loner. Okay, look. If you're watching this right now, wherever you're watching this, YouTube, motherfucking wherever, leave a comment. I want you to comment. I swear to God, I'm not giving this shirt to anybody that doesn't comment this. Leave a comment about how you would prefer to get rich by. Your dream job, pretty much. Your dream lifestyle. Like what? Like if you could get paid, like if you could grind one thing out and get paid for it, lovely payment, what would it be? I want to hear it. I want to see it, and we'll talk about it in the next episode. We're not done yet, though. I was literally only able to buy 3 brown shorts. They had no more on the website. I swear to God. Like why? I would have bought more. The purple, I bought all the purple out. There's more purple than brown. If you are a large, leave a comment about why you love money. Why do you love money? And I swear I will give this to you. Pricing for non-lifestyle merch. We're gonna do free shipping. So the pricing of the merch will go in with that. Like it will cover the shipping. So those shorts, I'm thinking $30. $30. What do you guys think? 30? Because then it'll cover shipping. It'll cover all the packing, stickers. These are the stickers. Get a little up and close and personal. It's a new word. It's my new word. I'll just put them up right here. I'll just put the designs up right here so you can take a look at it. We got the non-lifestyle MTV one. We got the For the Love of Money one, circle sticker. And then we got the non-lifestyle WWE logo rip. And I made these. I make these all, man. I make these all in Illustrator. Like, I really want to show you guys. These are all individual layers. You see how that blue N is shaped? I had to do that specifically with each of these points. It's not just simple as taking the N, rotating a little bit. No, this is sculpted. This is literally sculpted to fit so perfectly behind this yellow N to make it look 3D. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I'm just gonna fucking show you guys. I spent the most time making this logo. This one was motherfucking crazy. All right? So look at this shit. This, I could not for the life of me understand why this green area wasn't looking correct. Like this does not it looks good, but did the L this I couldn't understand how to make the L 3-dimensional. I tried that, tried so many things. Like these are all things that I tried, but I eventually got it. But look at all these layers, guys. All these individual layers. Look at this. You can't just get an N that looks like this. I had to. Yeah, design. I love designing shit. I love drawing. I love just making shit. I haven't been making music lately. Um, it was not paying the bills. You know what I mean? People hit me to do business cards, graphics, and all that stuff way more than people did for beats. I had to, put a little bit more time into the illustration side of things. But yeah, I want to get back into making music, man. I want to be around more people that make music, truly, because that's what really pushes me. I'm gonna be completely honest right now. I don't know what the fuck we talked about. I'm gonna literally show you what I have on my notes. It says relationships. For me, it's either full-time work or full-time relationship. I didn't talk about that. We can talk about that right now. But what projects I'm working on, where to find them, and when they'll be dropping. I talked about most of those things, but all that shit was just off the top. We're having fun. Relationship or work? For me, for me personally, I have to, I think, do one. I have to. I'm gonna fucking do what I gotta do in like this next 6 months, 5 months of this year, and it's gonna be daily, literal daily content, like in one of my page, podcast or gaming, literally, or fucking merch. It's gonna be one of those four things, like every day. So whatever you gravitate to, go look into it. You know what I mean? Let me know what you want. I'll go places that you guys want me to go to and like review food wise, travel wise. We can review merch. We can review songs. We can see like what the fuck is going on. The gaming, we're gonna be fucking streaming soon too. Can't wait for that shit. The Twitch is pretty much all set up. As you can see, we have a whole fucking sick layout. I want to put newest subscribers right here, and then right here I want to put like top contributors, like people who buy merch. I'll put your name right here on the right side of the screen. Yeah, bro, I'm fucking excited. I have so many things written down on my board right here. I cannot leak, but they're really fucking fun, cool well thought of, planned out ideas. I'm pretty loaded already, but we'll fucking go in for another. If you have anything that you want to enjoy, whether it be some Zaza or some nice hot tea, good little bevy, whatever it is, some water, and your favorite blanket, please, I hope you are cozy and having a fucking wonderful day, wonderful night. Cheers. On the Moon podcast, baby. I made this podcast to do this and talk to you guys. Well, it was mainly to talk to you guys, but I feel like I can't do that without doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and whatever that says about me, that says about me. I just love it. I love weed. Better than loving alcohol, I'll say. Shout out to all my alcoholic friends out there. I'm a former WWE champ. Yo, Patty Wimbledon, first round submission finish with a minute 30 left. There is a Dave and Buster's vlog coming soon that I'm about to drop. A minute, what was it? A minute 40, minute 38 left, dude. He's out, bro. Legend, he came and hugged him after. I don't know if it shows, but bro, Patty's dope. I don't really follow too much of you. I really went to Dave and Buster's to go have a couple beers and play the motherfucking racing thing with my cousin and my sister. And the fucking fight was on. I didn't even know there was a fight. So we sat and watched it, and it was crazy. We went and we played a little bit, and I thought that was the main fight. And we came back and sat down, and then the Leon Edwards fight was on. That fight was crazy too, bro. Shout out to Muhammad. Won that motherfucking championship. That was dope. Football season is coming up too. Fuck, bro. Am I cooked? I might be cooked. Sorry that you have to witness that. All right. Football is coming back soon, too. A little bit about football and me. I used to love football. I have 2 fantasy football wins under my belt. Yes, I do. I don't know if I'm going to watch too much football. I think what happened to football and me is my dad really loved football. And, me and my dad really don't get along, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then I just fell off. I fell off of football. Yeah. But it's all good. I wish to fucking God that I could play that college football game, but I don't have a PS5. I have PC. I don't know if I'm gonna get a PS5 just to play that game. Really, I could do without it. But yeah, not keeping up with the Olympics really either. Go Fiji though. Yeah, you're not gonna find too much sports content over here, unless it's maybe rugby, some national rugby, and esports. Yep. So merch coming soon. Very limited supply of most of the things. Rich Loner shirts will be available forever. I will be printing those forever. Rich Loner, you want to be a rich loner, wear the shirt. and really rep your shit. What does rich loner mean, bro? Take yourself out and do things by yourself. Don't wait on nobody. I feel like I've been doing that my whole life, so I don't care anymore. I'm not waiting on nobody. But if people who are interested in the same things as me are attracted into my life, then so be it. But I'm fully locked in on my own shit. As you could see, literal daily fucking content is going to be pumped out in the month of August. Like, we're going hard. We're going really hard. Maybe I can leak a video. Oh, here. Okay. What do you guys think about dabbing a whole gram in an hour and smoking a whole ounce in an hour? 2 separate videos. What do you guys think about that? Is that too long of a time? A whole gram. Just one person, me. I mean, we might get some guests for that episode, but they'll be smoking not the gram that I'm smoking. And we'll get a good gram, good rosin gram. You guys know I don't smoke no bullshit, bro. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mega Dave. Shout out to Despicable Me 4. It's not a sponsor of this video, but I wish they were. Go check that out. And then a couple interviews coming soon. I want to get a couple guests. We'll figure it out. If you stayed through this whole thing, I fucking love you. I love you. We were just bullshitting. I hope you had a great time. I don't know if this podcast was cut into 1 or 2 parts, but we are at an hour, and that was the goal. When we reached the goal for today, I am completely fucking stoned. I hope you are too, to my viewers who are able. And if you're a young bucko, stay away from that shit, or I'll come through this screen with my fucking dog, because I can't hit little kids, but dogs can bite them. So I don't have a dog, but yeah, don't do drugs. Stay away from alcohol too, bro. Thank you guys for tuning in. This Puffco might be empty, but I have literally been editing for the past 16 of the last 30 hours, and I'm about to do 6 more hours of editing, probably 8. You guys like the setup? Camera quality's better, a little bit more engaging. I want to put, look, right here, I want to put the newest subs, and right here, I want to put the top contributors, people who might buy merch, shit like that. If you donate, you donate. I'm not asking for donations. I don't want donations. I mean, I do, but like, I'm not, you know what I mean? I ain't no fiend. But if you do what you gotta do, I'd rather you guys buy merch though. Merch is cool, because then that gives you something in return. But if I did entertain you, and if you had a fun time watching this, please drop a like, comment, subscribe. If you're watching this, make sure you subscribe, because you guys aren't subscribed. So do that. That's about it. Share this. Bye.